I left Chicago at the age of 21 and moved out to San Diego to the Hard Rock Cafe and worked at the one in La Jolla. There was an office in the kitchen. I had like a little cubicle. And so since I lived close by, they'd let me lock up a lot at nights because I had the codes, and also I could literally walk to my apartment from where the Hard Rock was. I would take an Allen wrench and I would go to one of the guitars that was hanging on the wall, like say Pete Townshend's Les Paul, and I'd pull that off the wall and I'd bring it back in the kitchen with me and plug my Rockman in and just play while the rest of the crew were cleaning up. Or maybe Joe Satriani's guitar, or Steve Stevens' guitar, or a bunch of other guys' guitar. And I thought for like the first almost year of being there, I was getting away with that. Every Friday, they would have a radio broadcast. And then when I walked inside, the radio station was having Stevie Ray at the table at like 1 o'clock. So when I walked back in the office, he was there with all our managers. It was right before the In Step record came out, like weeks before it. And so I walked into the office and he was there. He was sitting down, and that's when I found out that the charade was up. Because one of the general manager who had known me from Chicago, Howard, said, "Frank, good news, bad news. I know about the guitars coming off the wall. Good news, Stevie Ray wants this guitar that Jimi Hendrix has. Can you go get it for him?" And I'm like, bad news, I don't break into the glass cases. I only take the ones off the wall, man. That's all I can do. And when we were talking like we were, because Howard was also from Chicago, and we're in San Diego, surf country, Stevie Ray said, "Where are you guys from?" And we both said Chicago. And I interrupted, so this was my chance. I said, "Man, I've been listening to you because they play the Alive record in Chicago on a bunch of stations there. I have that, and I have Soul to Soul on cassette. I thought, I've been listening to you for a while." And he instantly stopped me and said, "You're from Chicago? Man, you should go home and listen to Buddy Guy and Junior Wells and Albert Collins and Johnny Winter." He named a whole roster of record people on Alligator Records, A.C. Reed. So I went to his show that night, and he blew me away. And the next morning on my way to work, I got up early and I went into PB to a local thing, and I got a bunch of Chicago blues. And I just was a fan. And I never thought that like that would turn into playing songs with these guys like Otis Rush or Buddy Guy or Lonnie Brooks. But it was that day when I met him that he pushed me into that pool. And I've been forever grateful for it ever since. My whole life changed. I didn't realize it, but it changed. I'm gonna try to play some blues on the anniversary here of Mr. Stevie.